Regeneration X is back. Welcome to 1993. We're taking a look at television in February of 1993. My name is Daniel. I am joined again by Wesley and Cass. So guys, the hit exclusive interview of 1993, Oprah gets to sit down with the king of pop.
That was a big deal.
It was a big deal. Heavily watched. Michael Jackson's having a great year in 1993. Coming off.
Obviously, this is dangerous with that shirt on.
Those shoulder things. That's not even shoulder. What do you call those? I don't know. He had a look, didn't he? Like he is in Michael Jackson mode in this interview.
Yeah.
Yeah, big deal interview here. And then later on in the same month, a pretty cool moment's going to get to happen at the 35th annual Grammys, where Eric Clapton was a big winner. But
it's my sweetheart.
Yeah, so Janet Jackson getting to do something pretty cool. A mega star in her own right is going to get to give this award to her brother, Michael Jackson, as she's going to take some moments to introduce him here. LL in the background, making a cameo there.
Let's go, LL. Janet got the baby nose on right now. I love her. That smile.
Just everything about Janet Jackson right now is near perfection, isn't it? The everything. Just everything.
The abs. That's what. Oh, I love her.
All of the things.
Right.
Kiss her in her belly button.
Oh my gosh! Remember the one? It's coming. We'll get to it. There's the video "If" I think is the name of the song, and that was a very good Janet Jackson video. Look, Oprah giving the lead in, looking at some of the crazy.
I was just going through the best halftime shows ever, and this one doesn't get enough credit. I don't think.
I wonder why. Because people are definitely going to be excited to see him. We are approaching the 2019 Super Bowl, just as a complete aside, and I want to say, what is it? Jennifer Lopez was just announced as the co-partnered with who? I cannot recall.
Shakira.
And I'm like, this is going to be the greatest Super Bowl halftime ever. I don't know how I forgot Shakira.
Arguably the sexiest, but I'm not sure about.
Yeah, you're probably right. We'll see. We'll see how they ruin it for me. But on paper, this should be my favorite Super Bowl halftime ever.
So on paper, the Lady Gaga Super Bowl halftime show was like, Lady Gaga?
Yeah.
I'm not with that.
And then somehow it delivered.
Crushed it.
It turned me into a fan. Yep.
I've been a fan ever since. I was not
quite
a
the
fan
performer
before, and I've been a big fan ever since.
Yep. You'll never hear me. It would take a lot for me to say a disparaging word about Gaga after she killed it at the Super Bowl.
She just killed it, bro. But shout out to Mike, the king.
I'm trying to remember the name of this award. I don't think it's like a lifetime achievement award, but it's in the neighborhood,
Right.
Like super greatest artist award, who is not
there should be
any way done with his career yet, because he's still on the charts at this point.
There should be a Michael Jackson award. One of these, some music awards should be the Michael Jackson award.
That would make sense, wouldn't it? And I second that. Was it? I missed her. I saw the hair and I'm like, is that Whitney? But it might not have been Whitney.
That was
She had Whitney
Patti
hair.
LaBelle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Patti LaBelle.
There's Katie Lang. Looking like Harry Potter out there in the crowd, yeah.
Looking like that ice skating guy.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
All right, so
there's your boy.
I missed it. Who was my
Eric
boy?
Clapton.
But the thing, the controversy surrounding Michael is, I think, might keep an award.
Yeah, I was gonna say that too.
Ever be made?
Maybe.
We've decided. We've reviewed all the evidence available to us, and I'm sure the three of us have all come together to say that we find Michael Jackson innocent of all allegations.
plausible deniability.
Yeah.
We need Dave Chappelle to tell a couple more jokes about it. Just a couple. Just if we can get Chappelle to mention it a few more times in the way that he does it, he can get over with the.
So you think Chappelle could somehow make this Michael Jackson award happen?
I think he can.
Isn't that crazy that he's got that much
image.
pull? Like Chappelle is really kind of like under the radar, like has a lot of pull, doesn't he?
You remember like that joke that he did that time where he was it was maybe after September 11th or it was after something, and MTV went and asked Ja Rule what was going on. You remember that joke that he did?
I don't.
And
I don't.
nobody
I'm
cared what
laughing
Ja
just
Rule
thinking
has to
about it.
say about this. You know what I mean? I need to talk to somebody with some real information. Who gives a what Ja Rule thinks about it? But
I remember this vaguely.
Great.
Yeah, it's a pretty good joke, right? But he's almost at the point where when something big happens, like a polarizing thing like Donald Trump becoming president happens, we kind of wanted to know what he was going to say, and that Saturday Night Live thing was really a big deal.
It was a big deal.
SNL
Plus,
monologue
he also got to
stuff, so-
remember he basically came out of being a recluse to do that Saturday Night Live because he thought it was something he needed to do. And then you see later on in his stand up, he's like, "Man, I shouldn't have done that." So, yeah,
Sure,
but, you know, because at the time he was doing exactly what, you know, I thought and he thought was the right thing to do. He's like, "Yeah, I know, everybody. We didn't, you know, most of us didn't want this. We got to give him a chance." And you know, years went by, and years went by, and he's like, "Okay, well, maybe I was wrong about that." So,
I don't think that he was.
No, he definitely wasn't right. I mean, he definitely wasn't wrong when he did the Saturday Night Live for sure. I think he worded it some way, like in retrospect, you know, maybe I shouldn't have done it because he was just saying like, you know, Trump's done a lot of divisive things since then.
Sure.
And this was probably, you know, 6 months ago that he said, that Saturday Night Live. Thinking back on it now.
Maybe, whatever. I think he can fix Mike's image though.
Soap operas were a big deal in the 90s. Bigger than, I think it's easy to say, bigger than they are today. Late 80s, early 90s, soap operas were so big, in fact, that there was a prime time movie called Night Sins from the Days of Our Lives crew. That rarity in the soap opera world. We've got such a story to tell. We're going prime time. I'm not a Days of Our Lives guy. You and I have already discussed this, I think. So
we're ABC.
We're Team ABC. So this
was NBC.
Yeah,
right?
this is NBC. So it doesn't resonate well with me, but you know, acknowledge them being a big enough deal to make this happen.
Yeah, whatever.
Although NBC might have just needed to fill a couple hours one night.
NBC, I feel like owned prime time back in the day, like in the middle of the week, but
yeah. Trying something out, you know. When you got it like that, you can try some things, right?
There weren't as many stations. There wasn't as much competition.
And who could throw together a movie at the drop of a hat like a soap opera crew? Right? Like,
right.
We need a movie. We need it next week. What can you do? We got you, fam.
That's the girl from The Biggest Loser.
Is it?
Yeah, I think that's that woman from Biggest Loser.
I couldn't tell you her name. She looks familiar, but I couldn't tell you her name.
Yes,
I mean, she looks familiar because that show was on for.
We've been wondering if you've heard anything about Vogue.
Whatever, you ain't no Erica Kane.
Nope, it's not Erica Kane. I don't know. Although that brunette in the front doing a pretty good job at being Erica Kane. As we sometimes see, shows come to a close, and we're going to say goodbye in February of 1993 to a show that you guys may not have watched Days of Our Lives, but you definitely have seen an episode of Double Dare.
Double Dare.
And it will be making a farewell in the month of February 1993.
I feel like we should do like an in memoriam every week or every time we do one of these.
Pour a little bit of that out for the Double Dare crew.
They tried to bring it back. Is it?
They did.
As a matter of fact, I'm glad you said that, Cass. They came back for a one-off episode in the year 2000, and then they tried it again in the years 2012. It worked out okay for them for a few years. They tried it one more time in 2018, and even brought Mark Summers back for it. And it lasted maybe even 2 seasons, and then they didn't renew it. So it's tried to, and semi-successfully, been resurrected a couple times, but never with the momentum of the original. We got I can't show you some Double Dare clips without showing you kids doing ridiculous things. Let's get into that.
This is good stuff. Yeah,
I think the internet has pretty much made this obsolete because everybody can
People
just do this and post it on YouTube. Yeah.
I can put a bowl on my head and with duct tape at home now for everyone to see. I feel like I remember this game. They're gonna have to like carry. Yep, he's explaining it now. You're gonna have to carry liquid. Oh, but it got way more complicated than what I thought.
through a funnel into a glass.
You pour your bowl through their funnel into that glass. Okay, and just got to reach the red line. I remember this part too. We need 6 ounces of porridge.
I used to watch this show religiously.
Well,
I feel like
I wouldn't say religiously, but I watched it a lot, a whole lot.
It's like I was never like on fire for it, but I feel like I've seen a vast majority of the episodes because it came on at the perfect time of day to where what else are you gonna do?
Yeah, plus like it's Nickelodeon and it's 1993.
Right. So that's
it
that's
wasn't
what
3 billion things and YouTube and Disney Plus and all. Yeah, this was the only thing to watch.
This is what you were watching. We got this is Family Double Dare. We got the dads with the briefcases. And it's always got to be some kind of liquid looming. It's a Nickelodeon show.
Slime. They love that
I
slime.
love some slime.
What are we putting in the briefcase? Summers with the jeans and suit jacket.
Those white sneakers.
And the sneakers.
I was wondering what generic sneakers he had on.
This is before New Balance, so you can't call them like the current day dad shoes. My white Reeboks.
They had to have been Reeboks. Oh my god.
Yeah, that have to be.
Ooh, he's about to smash right there on national television.
What kind of waiver do you have to sign as an adult to fall on these hard floors?
How many times were they sued?
I don't
This is
even
filmed
know
at Universal Studios, right?
Probably.
I think that was a thing.
I don't even know what we just watched.
Nickelodeon they started their own hotel and everything at one point. I don't think it did well, but
I'd imagine they could do like a Wolf Creek type of a thing and get some shine.
We got to see what kind of prizes we're gonna win today in final dare or whatever, the ultimate dare down.
I'm gonna comfortably say that neither of those final dare, the ultimate dare down. It's awesome.
It had to be called something. I just can't remember. Oh, I remember this giant. We all remember the giant nose. Oh, this is like an obstacle course, right?
Had to pull that flag of a booger out of his nose.
And then they pass it to the next person who would do something,
and you can.
It's a good show for real.
I never understood like
train wreck.
It seemed so easy to me for them to just grab the handkerchief out of that nose.
Everything
took so long.
Everything looked reasonably easy, didn't it? From home. Nobody can tell us any different because we were never on the show. But
yeah, it's like once you get to these, it's more that clock than anything.
Mm-hmm.
And like as a kid, you don't really have an appreciation for how unathletic people can be, how uncoordinated people can be.
They probably screen them, right? Like, we want the clumsiest people that you can find.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
To get on this show because it's more entertaining.
Other than this, the majority of the other things we were watching was sports, right? So we're just watching athletes and American gladiators,
Right.
and you're wondering why can't you do that? Like, oh, because you're just a normal 5'3",
Yeah.
250-pound dude.
Scottie Pippen would crush Gator Alley.
Scottie Pippen would crush it, right?
Oh.
No.
Speaking of which, totally off topic. I went to the last night. I went to the Auburn Vanderbilt game,
Yeah,
and Scottie Pippen Jr. plays for Vanderbilt.
is that right?
The
Apparently
actual
so.
Mark Summers is showing him.
Yeah, Mark Summers showing you how it's the nope.
Yep.
Nope.
I spoke too soon.
Fail.
That's
Right.
how he keeps those sneakers so white.
Put it in slime.
I just wanted to see people go through the those rollers. Are you gonna win a Jeep if you win this?
Went
thing?
down Jeep Cherokee.
Wow. Extinct vehicle. Does the Cherokee still exist?
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Just the Wrangler that I never see anymore. Those trucks. I've probably seen a Jeep SUV and didn't know what I was looking at. All right, let's go. We got 60 seconds.
Let's go, Mom.
Get. Oh,
that's
what did we
easy
even
breezy.
do? Okay. Get the feather out of the bird cage.
Easy breezy.
Other than the liquids, it does look very fun to do this kind of stuff.
Oh, you got a dumpster. Find the flag in the trash.
That looks like that could have went really wrong if the kid was standing under that thing.
This is kind of stupid. This is when it gets difficult, right? Like right after this one.
We'll see.
Got these short arms. The arms are too short.
I can't. How can you not? Okay. Is he wearing gloves? They have no sense of feelings. Oh, is that the mom? I don't even know.
Mom, you're such a disappointment.
Oh my gosh, Mom, we're gonna lose because of you.
Yeah, that's the
I'm not even gonna get to see him go through the roller.
that's the one where they would fail often.
Something about that nose, man.
Yeah.
They put the tallest one out there. She's got the longest arms.
Well, let's just drive home in our Ford station wagon.
You ever dated someone taller than you? Mark Summers showing how it's done.
If I said our wives are never gonna watch this, no, but I always wanted to.
Right?
No, I haven't.
You know why?
Which
Because
is
I
not
know you
shocking.
haven't.
because I love legs. So a tall girl would have more legs.
Yeah. You need that Stacy Keebler in your life.
Yep, absolutely. All right.
And I've
so,
always been the opposite.
yeah, it would be really hard for you to make that happen, wouldn't it? You would have to be a literal Amazon to be taller
Right.
than Cass.
But the shorter, the better.
Is that right?
You got it made because short girls seem to love tall guys too. There's always these photos where, like, you know, there's like 2 feet of disparity.
Amy's 5 foot tall, and without getting Daniel too embarrassed,
Yeah,
and it presents its problems.
I
I dated someone that tall.
actually, you know, I understand what you're saying, and
Yeah.
that's really all we need to say about it. But I get that,
Yeah.
and I bet you know, you don't have that problem with tall girls. Anyway,
You know,
moving
I have
on.
that problem with tall girls.
I'm a foot taller than my wife.
That's funny. Yep, I'm exactly a foot taller than Amy.
Yeah, I'm like what, 5 inches maybe taller than my wife. I think Jennifer's probably around 5'7". So
Yeah, she's tall.
so
You got the tallest wife. That's funny.
there you go. Is that a game show? The Tallest Wife with Mark Summers and Harvey, as the screen says there.